Good evening, everyone. What drives a man or a woman to kill their own children? On January the 27th, 2009, this year, early morning, in Wilmington, California, which is 18 miles south of Los Angeles, a California man, Urban Lupo, called Channel 7 Eyewitness News and spoke to one of the reporters and said that he was going to kill his family. He said that he and his wife, Anna, were involved in a dispute with Kaiser Permanente Hospital. And what had happened in this dispute was that they were accused of child care malpractice. The actual event of how this all started was on December the 22nd, before January 27, 2009, when he did the deed. Now, this is the situation that happened. And he had a point in that he was not treated fairly from Kaiser. Somebody within the administration of Kaiser, because of this dispute having to do with child care, because he had 5 children and they needed to be taken care of, and Urban Lupo and his wife, Anna, were both technicians. She was a mammo technician, and he was a special technician. And so, during this dispute, it was claimed that you're not making any sense. You went to an outside agency. You did something you shouldn't have done. You misrepresented yourself, and you lied about your children. Now, whether or not that's true, it appears that it may not have been true. But for whatever reason, he felt that in the depths of his being, he just could not live any longer with the situation. And he states that his wife told him to kill all of their children and then to commit suicide. And what is really so horrendous is one of the administrators, and this has been verified, said, "You should not have even bothered to come to work today. You should have blown your brains out." That's one of the administrators said that. And he could continue to come back to the hospital again and again to complain about the situation because he was worried about getting fired. He was hoping he would not get fired. But about 3 days later, somewhere around the 26th of December, he was fired. And so he made that phone call in January the 27th, called Eyewitness News and said, "I'm going to kill my children." But not only that, he actually went and right after, he sent a fax, and he stated in the fax that this was a tragedy. He explained all of the details that I just explained to you right now. He explained who all of his 5 children were: an 8-year-old, 2 twin 5-year-old girls, and 2 2-year-old and 4-month boy twins. And he said that the deed is done. He stated that they didn't listen to him. They did not understand him, and since they told him he might as well blow his brains out, that's exactly what he did. He killed every single one of his children. And let me just read a little bit of what he says here in the fax that he sent. "So after a horrendous ordeal, my wife felt it better to end our lives. And why leave our children to someone else's hands? In addition, Kaiser Permanente wants us to kill ourselves and take our family with us. They did nothing to the manager who stated that terrible statement about blowing his brains out. They did nothing to assist me in this matter, knowing we have no job and 5 children under the age of 8 with no place to go. So here we are." And at the end of the letter, he writes in big letters. He writes, "O Lord, my God, is there no hope for a widow's son?" Well, I will say this. I don't care what the situation is. It is never right to kill your own children. Children belong to God. They are given to us as a gift. We are very blessed to have children. And so when children, they trust their parents. And for a child to believe that his mom and his dad love him, and then to come to find out that the father or the mother are going to kill them, this is terrible. This is horrible. And you know what? In the article, Parents Who Murder Their Children, Cindy Wright states that it happens in families where there's no history of violence. That is, this type of thing. and where there's a long history of violence. And also, it crosses racial lines, socioeconomic lines. It's not black, Hispanic, or white, rich or poor. It's a horror that, as a society, we're going to have to confront again and again and again. And Jesus said in the Holy Bible, he said that his children to come to him. Suffer the little children to come to him because they were humble. And he said it would be better that a millstone be wrapped around a person's neck than to offend one of his little ones. And so as the people of God who are so blessed, we should be so thankful for what we have. But you know what? We have to pray hard because we see this stuff happening all the time. Look, this is the family. These are the kids. These are the ones. They are all dead. The father, the mother, every single one of these. It's just terrible. And it is just such a heinous thing. And God hates it. And I do too.